Well, I might have to eat a little bit of crow on this one because I've said in the past that entry level tools, true discount bottom barrel kind of tools, were kind of dying off. Just look at Black and Decker and what happened with them. Every time somebody tries to come out with a line, an extensive line, a real line of budget level tools, they don't quite get the traction they really need. And I think honestly, it's just that there's not enough profit margin. There's not enough headspace in that area. Black and Decker has pretty much disappeared from most retail shelves. Even Harbor Freight, the king of budget, their Warrior line of power tools, well, let's be honest, it's anemic at best. Well, go over to like the other king of budget, and that is Walmart. Now, Walmart had, we talked about it a lot, especially when they first launched their Heart line of tools, which I still think is a great option for a lot of DIYers. But they had a line underneath that called Hyper Tough. And Hyper Tough was kind of like, yeah, they have that, but do you really want to use Hyper Tough? Now, I get it. For some people, budget is just, you know what, money's not always an option, right? So you got to go with what you can afford. But they've really started changing a few things. And then, well, I got a few phone calls from different groups, all related to Walmart, reaching out to me to talk to me about some potential product launches that were coming up. 3 different groups who didn't know each other were talking to me, as far as I could tell. And what that all put together says, it looks like HyperTough is going to be the new emphasis over at Walmart. And this could be a game changer for everyone. This could relight the fires of what budget tools can be. Let's talk about it. All right, so if you followed the HyperTough stuff for a while, you may have seen this, but I mean, typically they were cheap, barely usable kind of tools, and they did get a little bit better. The recent 20-volt series was better, but the real takeaway has been their brushless 12-volt system here that's been coming online. Look at this, you're looking at $30 here, $40 for this kit here. There's a bunch of 12-volt stuff that is just remarkable to see it coming. Look at, there's a router, a cutoff wheel, a drill, a multi-tool, just a ton of stuff. Look at this coming out of the old Walmart. And honestly, they're not terrible tools. Now, are they like right home? Oh my gosh, this is the best thing since sliced bread. Throw away your Milwaukees and buy these? Yes, they are. No, they're not. But for the average DIYer, and I've said this for years, I've said that for most people, 12 volt is more than enough. It'll get a lot of jobs done. I remember back when Black & Decker had this, I think it was called the VRX or something like that. It was a 9-volt system, and it did a lot of, I did a lot of work with it. Anyway, this has been an interesting, turn of well, let's call it an interesting development. But, if it was just like brand new 12-volt tools, then that wouldn't be a great story or anything. But what if I told you that they were planning to embarrass the rest of the modular tool storage system? Now, again, they're not coming after Milwaukee. Mostly, all right? Now, there's this area out there. We got the professionals. Everyone's talking about, I'm a pro, I do this. Yeah. But there's a lot of different levels of professionals. And I'm not saying these are professional level tools. These are clearly intended for the DIY homeowner kind of guy. But I can see in my head, because I've done a lot of bootstrapping with businesses over years, I can see a lot of value-minded pros, guys who are just getting started, who are having to shoestring all this kind of stuff. They can't go out and drop $3,000 on tools and pack-out boxes and everything else. Let me just show you what we got. Now, it's funny because the same day I had a phone call with the guy, I had one of my viewers send me this. This is a picture on a side box for a modular tool storage system showing their, well, I won't say it's their complete line, but it's a good selection of tools that are coming. There's a cart, there's a stack system. We got some, on a dolly, we got some drawer systems. We got some wall hanging units, and we've got a folding cart. But you know what? I can do you one better than this. I actually got their demo reel. Let's take a look at it. sending me, all three of these groups are sending me stuff that should be arriving in the next week to 2 weeks. So this is just a teaser video. I'm sorry. But what I'm seeing here is a complete rededication over at Walmart to a brand that was kind of an afterthought that is really going to do, at least attempt to do something that I thought the rest of the market, in fact, I don't have to say I think about it, I can prove it. The rest of the market's pretty much given up on true entry-level tools. Everything's moved into, we always talked about it as 5 levels. There was, entry-level, DIY, prosumer, value pro, and professional. Well, the entry-level had gone away. Everyone had gone straight to DIY and even almost a prosumer in a lot of ways. But here we see true entry-level tools coming back again. In fact, let's talk about like the tool cart, because I actually have their tool cart. Now, it may be kind of hard to see under all this equipment, but this is a folding tool cart I use as a camera cart. You can see the camera right there, monitor screen, laptop, all that stuff's built in here. We swing around the back, and you can see the folding mechanism. And this is made by some generic brand I bought. Well, it's got a generic brand name on it. I bought it off of Amazon. Turns out it's made by the same company that's going to be making the Hyperstack stuff. Okay, now clearly Walmart doesn't actually make these tools, and I do know the companies behind them. I don't feel comfortable right now saying exactly who it is, but I can tell you the hand tools and power tools are coming from a company that has an extensive background. They're a great company. Some people may even say they're like the star of the show. And anyway, the point is, though I do not know of them doing a ton of power tools, but apparently they know what they're doing there, because from what I've seen, it looks pretty good. The other company is, well, they've done some of the cabinet stuff, big tool cabinets, 72-inch kind of tool cabinets. They've done some stuff that you've seen. You've definitely seen on this channel before for other brands. I've talked to them at trade shows. I know these people. They make good stuff. So I'm confident they can do it. This is definitely looking to be better quality than what we've seen before at Walmart. This is looking to be better quality than even the Heart storage that we've seen at Walmart. Now, how good the tools are going to be long run, we'll have to wait and see. But I think in this fourth quarter of this year, going into early first quarter next year, we're going to see some huge changes at Walmart. Make sure you stay tuned. You've liked and subscribe so when we get them in hand in the studio, we can show them. And we are going to show you everything we can here, coming here soon, hopefully in the next week or two. So make sure you subscribe. Ring the bell while you're at it. Anyway, you all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.